Whenever I would go to my best friend's house growing up, he had an older brother that was kind enough to allow us to play his Atari Lynx. And the game that we would end up playing again and again was California games. Now, I recently had a chance to try this game again, and I have to admit, I think I enjoyed it more now than I did even back then. So let's take a look. California Games was released for the Atari Lynx in 1989 by now defunct developer Epix Inc. The game consists of 4 separate mini-games, if you will: BMX, surfing, half-pipe, and footbag, or as I call it, hacky sack. The goal of each is simply to get the highest score. Nothing too exciting. You'd also probably like to know that California Games for the Lynx is partly responsible for launching the acting career of one Mr. Tobey Maguire.
Hey, Mr. Block, can I go to the bathroom?
2 minutes.
Oh, yes! Good man! Oh, yes! I'm in the tube! Oh, yes! Oh!
Okay, that's enough of that. Let's talk about what makes this game great. I would say in a word, or I guess 3 letters, it's BMX. In my opinion, this is by far the best part of the game. Halfpipe and footbag are pretty and the surfing is good, but not great. But the BMX portion, now it could have been a game in itself. It's that good. Why is it so good? Well, I would say to a large part it has to do with the controls and the physics of your bike. The controls are pretty simple. Pressing forward pedals faster, back is brake, the A button does a simple jump, and the B button does a backflip jump. Now, it's the timing and speed of these backflip jumps where the fun comes in and where high scores are made. Time it wrong and you'll eat dirt. Time it right and it's a thing of beauty. Sometimes you'll time it just right and pull off a front flip, which results in even higher point totals. Because of the precision of the controls, each ride down the mountain feels unique in itself. Above all, it's simple and addicting. Whenever I want to catch up on my YouTube watch list or backlog of podcasts, this is one of the games I'll play while listening along. And when I want to have some good fun but don't really have a lot of mental energy to expend, I find the BMX portion of California Games to be incredibly relaxing. Now, that's not to say that there isn't some bad here as well. In fact, there's plenty to complain about. As I mentioned, the other parts of California Games aren't really that engaging, and even though I think the BMX part of the game is really good, I wish it would have included more than one course. Maybe something like an easy, medium, and hard like so many games from that era had. The other thing I don't like is that there's no save function for your high scores. It's pretty deflating for the game to tell you you're awesome for getting a high score, only to see that it's forgotten just how awesome you are next time you boot the game up. I guess this shouldn't be surprising though, as to my understanding, there were no Atari Lynx games that had a battery backup built in. You can work around this limitation though by using save states that so many modern emulators use. Now for the downright ugly. Overall, the sound design for this game is adequate, with a pretty decent title screen tune. But the music in the BMX level? My goodness. I'm thinking all the budget went into the gameplay programming and there was none left for the audio. Just give a listen to this. Do you like having your eardrum taken to a cheese grater? Neither do I. So do yourself a favor and make sure you play this game with the volume down. All things considered, I was pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed this after not playing it for more than 30 years. The BMX level is just as addicting as it was when I used to play it with my best friend. If you get a high enough score on BMX, you'll be given props that you are as good as James. I imagine that this James is James Donald, whom the title screen credits for the BMX level. I'd like to say thank you, Mr. Donald. It's because of your work on California games for Atari Lynx that I proudly give it an OTG Gaming Retro recommendation. By the way, the super sweet RetroArch shader and overlay that was used throughout this video is a result of awesome work done by developers HyperspaceMadness and Duimon. Please check out the links to their work in the description below. Until next time, happy gaming, my friends.